It's about 5 to 12 here on Wednesday in our homeschool. I have actually been up since 8:30, but I've literally only just got dressed and washed and stuff. The reason I've got a hair clip in is because I've just put moisturiser on my face and I don't want my fringe going in it because it makes it go all greasy. I went shopping last night to Tesco's quite late at night. I think it was like getting on for 9 p.m, something like that. They had compost. I so need compost, but I can only carry what I can carry, and I needed a week's worth of shopping, so the compost had to wait. I'm so tempted to go back tonight and see if they've got any, but it's another trip out during the pandemic. Just realised I've got my reading glasses on. Last night when I got in from Tesco's, I took some footage of my little shopping haul because people are curious about what people buy on YouTube, I have noticed, so here it is. This is me last night. I thought you might be interested in what I bought from Tesco's on my nocturnal jaunt. So here we go. We have broccoli, iceberg lettuce, look, bargain, 10 pence, Lurpak butter, cauliflower rice, reduced, 25 pence, eggs, full price, potato cakes, Izzy loves them, reduced to 20p. Some fish, £1.71. Those are Bassa fillets, by the way. Tesco's own brand crumpets. Tesco's brand meat-free mince for putting in vegetarian bologneses. Richmond brand meat-free sausages. They're £2 for 8. Avocados, 12 pence each, reduced. Chicory, 38 pence, reduced from 150. 2 bananas. These were the only decent bananas in the whole shop. 6 fabs, which I need to put in the freezer soon. Some celery, 2 cartons of sweetened soy milk that goes in my coffee and doesn't curdle. 2 cartons of non-sweetened soy milk, which goes in the tea, which is only about 59 pence a carton. It's very good value. Those were £1 each, they're on offer. I got borlotti beans, green lentils in water, red kidney beans, more lentils and more kidney beans. Oh, and I thought I'd try Izzy with these because she likes spaghetti hoops, so I'm just going to try some of those. Don't know if they're any good, probably not. I got peppers, mashed potato for in case, you know, we get stranded and are starving, bean sprouts, grated carrot. I wouldn't buy it, but it was 15 pence, so I'll just throw it in a stir fry or something. I bought currant scones, 25p. 6-pack of Heineken for me. Some apple and mango squash for Izzy. Turkish Delight bars. I think they were 75 pence each, but we'll share those between us. Oil, TP, baby leaf salad. That was 25p. Baby leaf spinach. That was 24p. Pretzels, I can't remember how much they were, about £1 a packet. Izzy loves them. Mushrooms, full of vitamin D, you know. And British curly kale, only 30p. And that's that. And now I've got to get wiping it all up. Oh, joy. And the total bill came to £42 and 2 pence. Back to the next day now. A few dirty cups have appeared. I haven't quite put it all away. I was busy last night editing, as you might imagine, till quite late at night, so I just put away the stuff that needed to go in the fridge and the freezer. Now what I tend to do the very next day after completely raiding the reduced to clear section in the supermarket is make a very vegetable-y concoction, either a stew or a stir fry, something like that. So I'm going to get out all the things that are going to need to be eaten quickly, like that cauliflower rice and the grated carrot particularly, because they'll be losing their vitamins at a rate of knots, won't they, now they've been cut. Izzy won't be wanting any lunch until at least 12:30, so that gives me half an hour. She's doing her maths, of course. She's still into the maths 2 hours. I don't know why, but she likes to do 2 hours of maths every morning because it gets it out of the way for the day. But I think it's too intense. I wish she would split it up into smaller chunks throughout the day, but she's adamant. She wants to get the whole lot done. She'll have one break in that whole 2 hours. Mad. Anyway, I'm letting her choose. Does anybody else find it frustrating when there's always little bits left in the cupboard, like enough noodles for not quite 2 people? What have we got here? Oh, that looks quite nice. That's like a bit like spaghetti. I should use that up. That's delicious, that is. That was left in Lidl's, you know, at the start of the pandemic when everyone went berserk and bought all the pasta. Only posh pasta was left. I didn't mind. I was quite happy with it. Oh, look, a little bit of macaroni. What's going on? What's happened here? That's not supposed to be at large, loose on the shelf like that. I have to investigate. I have to get a chair though because I can't quite reach. Actually, I've got a stepping stool, that'll do. What about these? Straight to wok. I've got time to cook rice. I'm going to cook rice because I did buy quite a lot of rice back ages ago and I haven't used half as much of it as I thought I would. As in, I bought a sack back in January, which I just haven't eaten much of. It's down here, look. It's in the wrong cupboard because I literally ran out of cupboard space. I mean, I've been working my way through it, but it takes quite a long time to get through that much rice, especially when your daughter is a bit resistant to eating rice. But she's going to have rice today because I'm going to cook some. I'm going to pop the rice on to cook while I put all my shopping away. I always do my rice in the microwave. Imogen, stop it. You're going to do too much again. Right, I'm going to put some of that back. I always do it. I don't know why. I know why. It's because I'm used to feeding IB and I just forget I'm not feeding him. That's what it is. It's bin day today, so I can put that cardboard box from the scooter out on the pavement later this evening and hopefully it'll be collected in the morning. Kettle's boiled. People ask me how much water do I put on the rice. I don't know really. About that much. I make it up. So I cover that. And I put it in the microwave on full for 10 minutes and then I give it a stir. Sometimes I top it up with a bit more water, sometimes I don't. Give it a little taste and then usually give it another 5 or 10 minutes depending on how cooked it is. Sometimes it boils over, but maybe it won't because I'm not cooking too much today. It's turning currently, I think. Is it turning? Hard to see. I find if you move up and down you can see through it more. I used to look through my blinds like that. That's not turning, is it? No. Oh, I'm gonna have to buy a new microwave in the pandemic. And I'm holding out for the fridge. I'm keeping my hope up. It's like freezing, thawing, freezing, thawing, freezing, thawing. But I'm not sure if Izzy's getting her fingers in there and twisting the dial. Now, I had a little conversation with a friend the other day. Her fridge is at its highest temperature on 1, but I experimented with mine. I turned it to 1 and everything just melted, and so I turned it up to whatever it was, 6 or 7, and everything froze. So mine is definitely, it's right about there, but I don't know, it's either got frozen solid vegetables in it or there's a puddle of water coming out of here. Anyway, I'm going to put this lot away and I'm going to get everything perishable and reduce to clear out of the fridge and assess it and cook something with it. I started off my concoction. We got a little bit of sunflower oil and some chopped up ginger and 2 cloves of crushed garlic. There is some ground coriander and cumin seeds. Also some whole corianders but kind of ground in this pepper grinder. It doesn't really do a very good job, but it breaks them up a bit. And very soon I'm going to throw in this cauliflower rice, which is just cauliflower basically. It's a big squiz, but it was only 25p. And the grated carrot, which was only 15p. Hopefully that cooks down a bit because it's taken up nearly the whole pan. But I've got other things to add. I've added a little bit of the kale, but I'm going to save the rest for tonight because we're going to use up the fish tonight with the kale, and I think I might have some potatoes knocking around to use up to have with it as well. Izzy bought me this meal planner thingy for Christmas, and I don't really use it for meal planning, but sometimes when I've got stuff that I know needs using up, I'll literally schedule when to use it up. So I don't use it consistently, but it's kind of handy. So RTC, stir fry, stands for reduce to clear stir fry. So tonight, I know I've got to use that fish up because it's on its day. The kale's going to go mank if I don't eat it, and yeah, spuds will go well with it. Izzy has now discovered all butter scones with sultanas. You see, for years and years she just couldn't eat anything like that because it would set her eczema off. But now the medication that she's on is enabling her to eat an almost normal diet with absolutely no repercussions. It's so liberating, you can't imagine. After all these years of having to be on a seriously restricted diet, it's just, it makes life so much less stressful. Everything's a stress, like you're on a constant state of alert when your kid is sensitive to things or allergic to things. Luckily for us, it wasn't serious, like life-threatening serious, so there was no anaphylaxis risk. So I oh, I really sympathise with people that are dealing with that. That must be horrendous. I bet you can never relax for a second. With us, it was a case of like she'd eat something like, I don't know, an apple that was a little bit too sour or something, and then we'd have 48 hours of urticarial type flare-ups head to toe, and the result of this was just having to use a lot of medication to get it under control. And I don't know, if you're looking after a child that's very medicated, you've got this total guilt thing going on all the time. You feel guilty for medicating them, and you feel guilty if you don't medicate them and they're ill, and it's just a balance all the time, and it's really hard to reconcile it. It really, really is. And you know, you get people telling you off for giving them meds. You know, you understand where they're coming from, and you know it's coming from a place of kindness, but you know that you just can't manage without it. So there we are. Anyway, I've gone off on a right tangent there. I'm not sure if this is one of my finest creations. Kind of smells cauliflowery. But I'll let you know how it was after we've eaten it. That wasn't too bad in the end. I did put a stock cube in it, I forgot to tell you. I thought I'd better rescue it because it was looking as if it was going to be a bit bland. I've just printed off Izzy's science mock thing. I thought she'd done this last week, but apparently she was working on another written assignment, which comes before it. It's taken her a suspiciously long time. I smell a rat. Nothing, dear. Right, one mock delivered. She's not doing it like a mock, she's doing it as an open book exercise, so she's looking up the answers and using it as a learning activity. I've got to mark her other one, which took such a long time to do. For some reason this one didn't get stapled together and is in a big out of order mess. I better get on it. I decided I needed a second coffee before embarking on this. So I'm marking it from the mark scheme, which is here as part of our South West Science School online homeschool GCSE science curriculum. Izzy's just been down. She's feeling very indignant because apparently the mock is too hard, and I've just given it to her and it's too difficult. But it's not. What it is, it's kind of revising quite a few topics over many weeks, and she's forgotten what she's done. That's what it is. So I've sent her back up with her folder. I've given her a bit of help with the first one. The question's about a spider that's caught some prey in its web, and the spider wants to digest the muscles of the prey. So I'm saying, right, well, this is what happens in the science mock exams. They will typically quite often present you with something that you've never seen before that's completely off the curriculum, but then it expects you to apply the knowledge that you've learned from your curriculum to be able to solve the puzzle, solve the problem. So I said, okay, so you might need to digest carbohydrates, lipids or protein. So what do you think the muscles are made out of? She's like, oh, I don't know, I'm supposed to know that, kind of thing. So I said, well, think about meat. Meat is muscle, isn't it? So she figured it out in the end. Took a bit of poking and prodding and, yeah, strategic questioning. I'm going to get on now. I found out why she's having a flap. Look, on this assignment that she's had to do, it has specifically said to look at the Term 2 Lesson 5 revision sheet and recap the digestive enzymes you need to learn. And then it's asked her to redo the Term 2 Lesson 5 online assignment, regardless of the original grade you got. And she hasn't, so it has set her up to revise that area before going on to do the mini mock, which is open book and in your own time. Well, she did very well with that science assignment, and I'm on to maths now. This is not good. My eyes keep getting drawn over to individual puzzle pieces and then their potential place in the puzzle. I need to put the tea towel over it again, don't I? Good. Izzy has finished another topic, which was bearings, and she did struggle with this, and it took her a long time to get through it all, but she was still getting grades in the 70s, so I think that's really good. But I have marked it to go through with the tutor or tell her college maths teacher if we get college. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to highlight this through now, which is always very satisfying when it's a maths topic. I can't do this and hold the camera at the same time. It comes out messy. Done. I cheated, put the camera down. I'm going to replicate this in the maths folder as well, and I've got to do some prepping now because I haven't printed these out. She actually came down and printed this out this morning because I didn't realise I hadn't done it. She did it off her phone. So I'm going to print all the rest out. I reckon there's about another 2 weeks of work there. I need to print off the next scheme of work after that, which I have got because I hired our maths tutor to put that together for us. I'm getting peckish now. Starting to think about the Turkish delight I have in the cupboard. Oh, look at it. This is my look how messy this cupboard is. I can't fit tissues anywhere, so I've got them in there. Izzy's not getting through these tissues now. She's just so well at the moment that she's not needing as many tissues because she had a permanently runny nose before. Look. Just going to sneak a couple of squares. Naughty mummy. Isabel, meanwhile, hasn't had her lunch yet. She reckons she's not hungry. But I think she would have been hungry if it was a ham toasty. But because it was one of Mum's vegetable concoctions, she was strangely not hungry. It's Isabel's fault getting into Turkish delight. It's what she craved when we first went into lockdown, and we couldn't get any for about 6 weeks, I don't think. It's about 3:25 now. Izzy's finished her biology and she's having a bit of lunch and doing English literature at the same time because she's still just going through the Pride and Prejudice audiobook online, so she can eat at the same time. I have just prepped 2 weeks worth of maths work, which looks like that. And it's all in order and paper clipped together, so I can pop that in the maths drawer. And now, while she's continuing to be self-contained, I'm going to look ahead at the next chunk of maths, which would take us up to the summer holidays, but we're still a bit behind on the maths curriculum. But she's catching up slowly. She is going slightly faster than they would do at school, so she's gradually catching up. That's the next chunk printed out and stuck to the door, so this will be what takes us up to officially the end of the summer holidays, but we're going to have to eat into the summer holidays to get it all done. It is much later now. Izzy did her English. We basically revised the use of apostrophes, and she did quite a lot of independent work for that. I managed to sneak an hour of flute practice down in the cellar, and I came back and I've done a little bit of editing, and now I'm going to get the dinner on. If you liked this video, it would really help the channel to grow if you give the video a little like. And if you're new and you'd like to follow more of our journey, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!